Shalom. God is a deceiver. God is a deceiver. Wait a minute. I'll ask you again. Is God a deceiver? Let's check out this video.
بالأموال الأمريكية بالقروض بالاستثمارات 6 ملايين. لا يوجد أي دليل بأن هناك 6 ملايين يهودي قتلوا، وربما حصلت محارق لا أحد ينفيها، وهناك معسكرات اعتقال صحيح، ولكن الدليل على أن هذا الموضوع مسيس وليس إنساني ولا حقيقي. كيف نتحدث عن 6 ملايين ولا نتحدث عن 26 مليون سوفيتي قتلوا في تلك الحرب؟ يعني 6 ملايين أغلى. الممارسات نفسها كانت على كل الاتجاهات، لم يكن هناك طرق قتل مختصة باليهود ولا طريقة تعذيب مختصة باليهود. في كل الأماكن نفس الطريقة استخدمتها النازية، ولكن القضية هي قضية مسيسة ولتزوير الحقيقة ولاحقا للتمهيد لنقل اليهود من أوروبا باتجاه مناطق أخرى هي فلسطين. اليهود الذين أتوا إلى فلسطين هم يهود الخزر شرق قزوين، هم وثنيون وتبعوا الديانة اليهودية في القرن الثامن الميلادي، هاجروا إلى أوروبا وأتوا إلى هذه المنطقة. لا يوجد أي علاقة بينهم وبين شعب إسرائيل.
Let's look at this.
النازية بين الحرب العالمية الأولى والثانية هو كان بدعم أمريكي. الكل يتساءل طيب كيف كان هناك انهيار ألماني وقيود أوروبية، كيف سمحوا للنازية بالصعود وتأسيس جيش بالدعم الأمريكي بالأموال الأمريكية بالقروض بالاستثمارات؟ 6 ملايين. لا يوجد أي دليل بأن هناك 6 ملايين يهودي قتلوا، وربما حصلت محارق لا أحد ينفيها، وهناك معسكرات اعتقال صحيح، ولكن الدليل على أن هذا الموضوع مسيس وليس إنساني ولا حقيقي. كيف نتحدث عن 6 ملايين ولا نتحدث عن 26 مليون سوفيتي قتلوا في تلك الحرب؟ يعني 6 ملايين أغلى. الممارسات نفسها كانت على كل الاتجاهات، لم يكن هناك طرق قتل مختصة باليهود ولا طريقة تعذيب مختصة باليهود. في كل الأماكن نفس الطريقة استخدمتها النازية، ولكن القضية هي قضية مسيسة ولتزوير الحقيقة ولاحقا للتمهيد لنقل اليهود من أوروبا باتجاه مناطق أخرى هي فلسطين.
Well, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. They are admitting, the world is waking up, that the people over there are not God's chosen people. Let's prove it in scripture. Let's talk about this today. What? Most High Yah, the man upstairs, is a deceiver. Let's break these scriptures down. Let's break them down. Let's look up the word deceiver, the definition of deceiver. The word deceiver is someone who leads you to believe something that is not true. Someone who leads you to believe something that is not true. God, wait a minute. God is a deceiver. Let me take a drink of coffee. Let's break this down. Let's look at our scripture real fast. We're going to go to Genesis. I've dealt with this before, but I felt we need to deal with it again. Genesis chapter number 9 and verse number 27. The scripture says, let's get it. God shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his slave or his servant. God shall enlarge Japheth. Let's look up this word. Genesis chapter 9. Let's go back to Genesis chapter 9. We're going to pull this up and we're going to dig into this real fast. Genesis chapter 9, if you can see it, and verse number 27. God shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. Let's go ahead and click on this tools in this blue letter Bible, and let's find out 66 shall enlarge. 6601. Matter of fact, let's go back a little bit and let's get a little understanding.
Strong's H 6601. Patha.
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 Patha. That's the Hebrew word for enlarge. God shall enlarge Japheth. Now let's check this out. Let's check out this 6601 in the Strongs. Okay. 6601, entice, deceive. Uh-oh. Would God deceive anyone? See, what we'll do is this right here. We'll take this and say, God shall enlarge. Let's see, you Googlers. There's people who I see on my page, and I see a number of people who respond back to my posts I put up and so forth. Even on YouTube, they'll put stuff up and they'll copy and paste. See, let me tell you something, what we'll do. I literally copy and paste what they respond, put it into Google, and guess what? It's not their thoughts. It's somebody else's thought. It's somebody else's thought. And they haven't really placed their own thoughts in it. So I'm like, look, bro, look, sis, if you're going to be a copy and paster, if you're going to be a Googler, you know, at least mix up the words a little bit so we would know that you went into somebody else's thoughts and just put a whole 2 or 3 pages worth, paragraphs of somebody else's thought. We need your thoughts. We need you to study to show yourself approved. Now look, let's go back again. So God is a deceiver. Let's put this thing up here real fast. On those on YouTube, wake up, Judah. Wake up, Judah. Wake up, praisers. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Those you black people that's in America, and those that scattered to the 4 corners of the earth, you are Judah. That's where Jews come from. It's not even a real English. It's not even a real Hebrew word. It's not a word at all, actually. It's a made-up Greek word where the Greeks made it up, because Jew is not even a word. It's an extraction from the word Judah. So Judah, the 4th son of the 12 tribes of Israel. So how sneaky they got that in there. Hey, guess what? It's not a word for those of you who think that it's a word. It's not a word. It's Judah. So we always preach all the time, especially in 2 Chronicles chapter number 20, you know, that Judah go before the army. And 3 armies that came against each other. You know, Jehoshaphat, he's the character that's in that 2 Chronicles 20. And Judah means praise. Who are the praisers? That's who they are. Judah. I might make a TikTok out of that. Judah. Yehuda. That's what it is. So look, let's go back. Let's go back. So is God a deceiver? So look at this right here. So what we'll do, we'll look at deceive, and we'll look at it, someone who leads you to believe that it's something that's not true. A deceiver. So watch this. Let's go back to Genesis chapter number 9 and verse number 27. God shall enlarge Japheth. Who is Japheth? Japheth is, let's go to our scripture. Genesis chapter number 10. Let's look at it. Genesis chapter number 10, which is important for you to study to show yourself approved. It says, now these are the generations of Noah, sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. God, let's go back to Genesis chapter 9. God shall enlarge Japheth. First thing you'll think about when you just a Googler, let's go to definition of enlarge. Studiers, let's go ahead. To make him bigger or more extensive. Now, if we don't bring this into, we always say we are rightly divide the word Okay, let's rightly divide this word. See, if you just be a Googler, the first thing you'll say is he's increasing Japheth. He's growing Japheth. He's expanding or extending or amplifying or building up, or he'll magnify, intensify, or multiply, snowball like that one, blow up, puff up, make large or broaden to become broad, to deepen, to thicken, jumbleize, Never heard of that word before. That's good though. Jumbo, I've heard that, but jumbleize, never heard of that one before. See, this is what I mean. Become thicker. So when we do not rightly divide the word of truth, we'll take this and say, let's use one of them and grow. Use the word grow. So God shall. No, that scripture don't mean that. That scripture means God shall grow Japheth, right? That's what it's saying, correct? God is going to grow Japheth. No. That's not what it's saying. Now that we look at and rightly divide that God shall enlarge Japheth. Let's look it up in the Blue Letter Bible. It's a Greek word. And matter of fact, let's go to this right here. I have my well-earned, I apologize, that means it's been used well. Okay, my Greek and Hebrew, exhaustive Strong's Hebrew and Chaldee Greek dictionary, right? So we'll look it up, and I looked it up, 6601, and if you look it up in the Greek, or the Hebrew, I should say, it's going to say, I'm not going to use this. Let's go online. It's going to make it faster. Okay, we'll make it faster. So when you look it up right here, look what it says. The word for enlarge is patah. Again.
Strong's H 6601. Patha.
Patah. Patah. And it's saying here to entice, deceive, persuade, flatter, allure, enlarge, make one silly. You see that? So watch this. This what it's saying here. This what 6601 is from the Strongs. So now let's put it into proper context. God shall deceive Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem. So you don't know who Shem is. Noah had 3 sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Ham had the hot lands. That's the Africans. That lets you know, friends, you're not African. That's why you got to get your DNA done. You're not African. Shem is the middle lands. Ham got the hot lands. Matter of fact, let's look up something real fast. I have this dictionary, and we can look. It's called Zondervan Bible Dictionary, and I'm gonna put in this, not the Negroes. Let's look this up real fast. Let's look up these images and watch it. See that right there? Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood. One of the 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, or the father of the dark races. See what the Europeans did? They put us all into Ham and Shem, all black people into one little place called Africa. I would say little place, but it's a pretty big place. But all dark black people came from Africa. Yes, that's why we're called African Americans, right? So he became the progenitor of the dark races. But watch what it says and highlight it. Not the Negroes. This is why we got to study, friends. Matter of fact, let me see about. So you don't think I'm just joking? I have that dictionary. If I can find it, I got so many books here. So I have that actual dictionary, which is probably somewhere else. I got to put it somewhere else. But anyway, this one is on the left right here, the Compact Bible Dictionary. So that's what it says. Not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. Those people over there that they're calling Palestinians today, They are Canaan. They are Canaanites. They're not the original ones, but they're Canaanites, right? So let's go back to the scripture in Genesis chapter 9. God shall deceive Japheth, and I'm going to explain that in a second, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem. Now, didn't that happen at one time or another when Jacob played Esau? Jacob played Esau. Now Esau is playing Jacob. He shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be its servant. That's what you see today. They're fighting over there with that event that's going on in the Middle East because Japheth is playing Jacob. Jacob is not the true Shem, or Israel is not in there. So Canaan is what? Subservient to, or the Palestinians are subservient to the fake people, or Ish, the ones who wish they were Judah. So we bring this up and we'll end this video real easily. And I asked the question, is God a deceiver? According to Genesis chapter 9, yes. Let me see my face so I can be able to bring this into closure. God deceived Japheth, those people over there who are saying they are God's people, and I'm not. I gotta do one more thing now in this because I'm just about done. Now look, if we let's go to YouTube and let's put in matter of fact, let's go back to Genesis chapter 10 first. Now these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, Japheth, and unto them were born after the flood the sons of Japheth, Gomer, Magog, Madai, and Japhan, Tabal, Meshach, Taraj. Watch this. The son of Gomer, remember, the son of Japheth is Gomer. Now, verse 3 said the sons of Gomer is who? Ashkenaz. Ashkenaz. Keep that in mind. Ashkenaz. Now, let's go to the book of First Chronicles. Let's go to the First Chronicles, chapter 1. Watch this right here. First Chronicles, chapter number 1, and verse number 5. Look what it says. Now look at, we think a lot of times these genealogies don't make a difference, but it proves a point. And I see why the Most High put this in here, because now it really tells a real true story for the end times. Now Noah, verse 4, Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The sons of Japheth is Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan. And look at this right here, Meshach, Tarat. The sons of Gomer is Ashkenaz. So what we have to do, studiers, I want people to be a studier. Research. Who is this Ashkenaz? Let's look up who is this Ashkenaz. Who is this Ashkenaz? Let's look it up. About half of Jewish people around the world today, y'all get this, about half of the Jewish people around the world today identify as Ashkenazi, meaning they descend from Jews who lived in the Central or Eastern Europe. How can they be Jewish, or how can they be Shem? Because that's what anti is supposed to be. And let's go back. You can see it right here real fast. I want you to see this for yourself. Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Let's go on Genesis chapter number 10. Let's get it right there. Ham, Shem, and Japheth. The sons of Noah, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. If they are Ashkenaz, the son of Gomer, and Ashkenaz, how can they be Shem also? They can't be two people at one time. Think about this, y'all. Think about it. Use your brain. You are intelligent. Especially you Israelites that don't know you're Israelite. I gotta say this, I'm saying this heartfelt. Our people are so intelligent. They told us, I can't actually see it, but let me tell you something, y'all. They don't think that we're smart. We are so intelligent people. Use your brain. Come on, don't let somebody bamboozle you and tell you this is off, this is wrong. Use what God has given you. He has given you a brain that's unlike anybody else's. He's giving you the spirit. He's chosen you to figure this thing out. I can't say this enough. I don't hate anybody. I don't dislike anybody. I'm just telling the truth. I love our people. I love our people. We are so intelligent. We are the most intelligent people in the world. That's why they keep us separate. That's why they give us all this mess. That's why they give us gangster rap. They keep us degraded. They keep us at the bottom. Why? Because they know that if we ever unify, woo-wee, y'all hear what I'm saying? If we ever, they know this, we just don't know it. If we as a people, I'm not talking about all, look, let's go back. I'm not talking about all people. Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, one of 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races. They put dark races because they put all black people the same. So-called black people, but he says not the Negroes, but not the Negroes, but the Egyptians. He's the father of the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, the Libyans, and the Canaanites. He is Ham, the Africans. The Negroes are not Africans. Isn't it amazing? They use Jesse Jackson to change we should not be African Americans because we're not Africans. I know y'all Kemetic people want to be African, but we're not Africans. We are Shem. We are, if anything, we'll be Negroes. So you got to search. Why did this Zondervan Bible Dictionary have not the Negroes? Yes, all these other dark races, but not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. Those are Africans. We are Shemites, Hamites, Shemites, and Japheth, right? So now look, when we look at this, that's why he said, he shall enlarge Japheth. And that word enlarge comes from the Strong 6601. Entice. He shall entice Japheth. He shall deceive Japheth. He shall persuade Japheth. Why is he deceiving those people? Because he said, I gotta show you why. This is the question that's going to be answered. Now, when you look at Genesis chapter number 15, I've said this a million times. I gotta say this again. Genesis chapter 15 and verse number 13. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in the land that's not theirs. What it's saying is they're going to lose their land. They're not going to own it anymore. They're not going to be in authority over it anymore. And I know we always talk about in church, God is giving you the authority. You're going to have the authority over the devil. No, you're not going to have no authority. I don't care how many preachers preaching. You're not going to have any authority because he said you're not going to own this stuff anymore. He said, you shall be a stranger in the land that is not theirs, and shall serve them. They shall afflict them for 400 years. Y'all have not been paying attention. 1619, when we came into this country, plus 400 years. In 2019, I keep telling y'all the same thing over and over. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterward they shall come out with great substance. I keep telling y'all over and over again, y'all don't have to keep giving no seed offerings no more, because he's getting ready to bring out the money. The Most High is about to bring out great substance for his people. Woo! Y'all want to say this is racism? This is hate. Come on, man. Keeping us at the bottom. See, we got black folks, and I got to say it. Some of y'all people on my Facebook page, some of y'all are Gentiles. Even though you're Israel, you are Gentiles. You are a people that's keeping our people at the bottom because of your mindset, because of your analogy that we all equal. We're not all equal. Not in the eyes of God. I ain't gonna apologize. I've said emphatically. I've said with some vigor and some vitality. We are chosen above all people. Read Deuteronomy chapter number 7 and verse number 6. He said it himself. God said it. He said, that's why he don't want us to read the Old Testament, because he said things like that. You are above, you are chosen above all people. They don't want us to know that. They keep us at the bottom. They suppress us. They make laws against us. And they redlined us. They voter suppression. They don't want us to get above at all. Every time we try to come up at the people, they knock us back down. See, the thing about it, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. God deceived them to let them believe that they are the people until he get ready to get rid of our punishment. Watch this. Our punishment was over. 2019, friends. 2019. We were done. 2019. So during all that time, he allowed another race of people to say they are the chosen people. He deceived them to think that they are the chosen people. Yes, he did. He deceived them to make them think God shall enlarge. He shall deceive Japheth. They're dwelling in our tents, but a time is coming, and you can see it. And that's what that video came up, and I'll show it to you one more time. One more time. Watch this, what it says. It says, the Jews came to Palestine are Khazars. We just said Khazars or Ashkenaz. That's what Khazar, Khazar Jews, the east of the Caspian. They were pagans who converted to Judaism in the 8th century. See, these people don't want to understand anything. You know why? Because they don't want to say anything because, these folks on my page and these preachers, they don't want to say nothing because they don't study. They don't use anything. They don't go into history and find out this information. They were pagans who converted to Judaism, he said. Let's go.
تبعوا الديانة اليهودية في القرن الثامن الميلادي هاجروا إلى أوروبا وأتوا إلى هذه المنطقة. لا يوجد أي علاقة بينهم وبين شعب إسرائيل.
They have nothing to do. Let's go back again. They started over. Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, there is no evidence 6 million Jews were killed in the Holocaust. Using financial help to the rise of Nazism between the two world wars. The question on everybody's mind is, he's saying, how is it that despite the German collapse and European constraint, Nazism was also allowed to rise and build an army? It was done with American support, money, loans, and investment. There's no evidence that 6 million Jews were killed in the Holocaust. He's not saying there wasn't one. We're not saying that it was not one. For those who try to strike me, we're not saying there wasn't one. We're just trying to say, prove it, that there were 6 million that was killed. Perhaps it is a Holocaust, but nobody denies that it was a Holocaust. But what shows you this is a politicized issue. What he's saying, and it's not a humanitarian issue, and it's not real. How come we talk about 6 million, but there were about 25 million Soviets killed in that war? Others are really being exposed. The covers are being exposed. The world is waking up. Now you're thinking that you want to call me, I know I'm not, but a black Hebrew Israelite. You want to call me a black Hebrew Israelite? I'm not no black Hebrew Israelite. I'm an Israelite, but I wouldn't. We can call me what you want to call me. But I tell you what, these Gentiles now are starting to come out now and start talking about this. I know I'm going to make a lot of people mad, but I tell you what, the Most High is uncovering. He's really uncovering. He's really showing the world who you had enslaved the whole entire time. I never would have thought I'd be preaching this. I never thought I'd be making videos on this. 4 years ago, I never thought I'd be talking like this. Until my eyes have opened, and my brain has opened up. And I say, wait a minute, because nobody can tell me why we're in this condition that we're in. Nobody can tell me why we are in this condition in the United States of America. And those of you, now I make this say this, those of you who don't care about God's chosen people, you're going to be judged too. That's right. I tell you, you're going to be judged too. I see those people on Facebook who try to make fun and try to say that don't make a difference between Jesus, 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 and all that kind of stuff. They created Jesus to replace his chosen people. And Paul said, have God cast away his people? God forbid, for I am an Israelite, Romans chapter number 11. That's what he said. So look, if you want to try your best to take another deity and replace his chosen people, you are in trouble with the Most High. Open your mind up. I love our people. Guess what? I love the Gentiles too, because there are going to be some Gentiles that are going to go right in with us. You know why? Because they're going to stand strong and say who God's chosen people are. I got to get out of here. I'll be back again. God deceived Japheth to make them believe that they were the chosen people while we were going through our punishment. Now the punishment is over. 2019 over. Then all of a sudden they're being exposed. All of a sudden now people are coming against them, and God is exposing they are not the people. He used them. He deceived them to make them actually think that they are the people, but they're not. Shalom, brothers and sisters.